What's up with y'all? It's D Gibbs Takes. Here back with another video. I think my last posted video was probably like last week. But we're back and today we're gonna react to what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said about Caitlin Clark. See what he says. He says Clark is a very good, possibly even a great player, but calling any one player to face the league absent the sort of on-court and cross-platform dominance of Michael Jordan over LeBron James is an insult to an awful lot of great players. Now I agree with what he's saying, in terms of, she's, I think, in year three or year four, hasn't really dominated the league yet, hasn't really made her mark. Maybe in stats area, statistical area, but not really in terms of dominance or winning. And you could say floor race. The Fever, since she's been there, has always struggled. They've never been at the top of anything. Right now they might be at the top of their conference or maybe the league. That's because the league, it's not a lot of teams in the league, so it may seem that way, but they've always struggled. They've never been this dominating team with her. It would be different if she was just came to the league doing what she's doing statistically, and the Fever just dominating, with wins and across the league. But they always struggle. Boston, her and Mitchell have always kind of they've been an iffy team, and they've never been like an elite, just best in the league team. And I agree with him. I think he's right. There's a lot of great players in the WNBA, but they don't have the promotion and the media push like her. And it's unfortunate. This league is in year 30, I believe. So they're still growing. You see it with a lot of the hate and the refs and the treatment, and they're about to get a federal DOJ to investigate the league because of the fouls. So it's just tough because the league has to grow, and I don't know how much this league is gonna grow. I don't know. The NBA is in like year 80 something, I believe, and it's grown so much in terms of salary. You see it, salary, promotion, just everything. But this with this league and the skill gap from the NBA and the WNBA, I don't know how much this league will really grow. Like a lot of girls, they don't even watch the WNBA; they watch the NBA. So I don't know what this league, like, who is it going to attract? So I don't know because I'm not sure what their cap is. Like they're asking for more money, more money. They do deserve more money, but how much more money will you get? How much more money? How much more money do you deserve? Because it's just tricky. I believe they have to let this league grow. I don't think Clark is the face of the league, but she is probably the most popular player because that's who everybody knows. There's only 15 teams in the league. It's not a lot of players to really go for. Even though there are a lot of great players in the league who I believe are way better than her, have that on court dominance, but they don't have that cross platform dominance like he refers to right here. And it's because, they're a new league, relative league, and she had a fan base from college. She carry on to the NBA. Why does she have so much more than everybody else coming out of college? I'm not sure. But that's just how it is. You gotta live with it, man. Just continue to win. Let her get the fame. Let her get the fame, popularity, because it's gonna grow your game, and that's all you really want. You want the games to grow. And I've seen it. In the physical year, players have said when her comes to the league, it has allowed other players to be looked at, and analyzed for their games. The 2024 draft class brought more eyes to the game. I think that statement is almost objective. You know, are they specifically good players in that draft class? Or are they the best draft class we've seen in the WNBA in a while? Probably not. It's not about play. It's not about how good you are. If you're gonna grow the league, because I don't know. It's hard to say that because when you compare the gap between this league and the NBA, the gap is so large, or it's like you can't. I don't know if I can say that, but I don't know. But yeah, I agree with what he's saying, though. I do agree with what he's saying. But you gotta give his time. You gotta give his time. You gotta give time. You gotta give this league time to grow. Let it grow. Right now Clark is the most famous player. Would that ever change? Who knows? But it's going through his trials and tribulations, going through his rough patches as a league. It's going getting a lot of scrutiny because of other reasons and things. And then it's people that don't really understand basketball, watching this league and not really understanding what basketball is about. The NBA is the blueprint. I feel like the WNBA should follow the blueprint. But it's going to take so many years. It's going to take so much time because they're not on the skill gap. They're not on the skill level of NBA players in terms of really everything, like skill, basketball, like even like personality wise too. Like even girls as a whole are different. So they're gonna grow in their own way. I don't think it's gonna be compared to the NBA in terms of popularity and how they do it, how things are going. It's just gonna be a lot different. You know, the WNBA is different. You know, they're women, they're not men, so it's gonna be a lot different. But that's all I got. I might post this video today. I don't know. See y'all in the next video, dog.